Hundreds of thousands of residents had only minutes to evacuate their homes as wildfires raged across Southern California.
Many faced new obstacles once they were out of their homes. It became an issue of survival. Nick Connor is the CEO of Life+Gear, a company that makes an entire line of products for disaster preparedness. Thank you for being here, Nick. And what's really interesting, folks, about this is that, Nick, your company is based in San Diego. You were just an evacuee yourself.
I returned to my home yesterday afternoon after being 4 days in that state, and was able to field test my products, and very happy to say that
stood up to the test.
It absolutely did.
We always talk about everyone should have a backpack ready to roll. You have this thing called the Wings of Life backpack. Tell us about this.
Well, we basically put this together in the wake of the storms in 2005 with Katrina, and looking for solutions for ourselves. We found that it was very difficult. What FEMA was telling you to do, what the American Red Cross was telling you to do, it was very confusing for people to put a solution together that worked for their families. People were putting buckets, for example, with bottled water and power bars and that type of thing. That all has shelf life, and it's not a grab-and-go solution. And in most disaster situations, you pretty much have to be ready. You have to be pretty mobile.
So you've designed something that has things that you can grab and go, that is fairly light and sort of covers all the bases?
That, and also to have it organized, because you are in a stressful situation already. And if you just have a bag with stuff just thrown in there and you're looking for a first aid kit, it's just going to compound your stress. So what we did is we created basically a backpack that functions like a medicine chest. You open it up, there's a first aid kit, thermal blanket, waterproof poncho, there's a pen and pencil set, there's a emergency multifunction tool, you have your hygiene kit, and inside you have these different products. For example, here you have gloves here, which in the event of an earthquake and a lot of broken glass potential is pretty valuable. Things like waterproof document bag, which is really critical.
Well, of course, no, food and water are so vital, and Frank was saying, I don't see your water, but you actually pointed to this.
This is a U.S. Coast Guard designed program for 3 days of food and water for a single person. The caloric and nutritional content of the food and the water, it's consumed on a certain program. You just can't, it doesn't look like a lot of food, but basically it's just enough to sustain one person for 3 days.
What's nice about this is it's light enough that, to have 3 days of canned goods that you're schlepping around would be very heavy. This, it's probably not the tastiest thing you ever had in your life, but it's going to sustain your life for 3 days.
That's absolutely correct.
Just out of curiosity, given the fact that you were just evacuated yourself, you had a chance to field test this. Out in the field, did you find that there are things that you would rework into your
Well, I'll tell you what it emphasized for me was the chances of a power outage are very high. And to have devices that allow you to stay in communication. I found that using your cell phone, for example, you think, well, typically my cell phone, one single charge lasts me 1 single day. Now you're finding that you're calling people, you're calling family members, you're trying to find information, and it tends to really wear down your battery. Our systems here, we decided that our flashlights and our communication devices have to be able to function without batteries, because as everyone knows, there's a Murphy's Law out there that if it requires a battery and you really need to use it, the battery's going to be dead. And
so the deal with this is you crank it, so you don't need a battery at all. You just essentially charge it yourself.
30 seconds will give you about an hour of power on that.
Oh, that's
and the same system works for our NOAA radio here. This functions as a flashlight, but it also has multiband. It also gives you the weather broadcast, and will also charge your cell phone. So when your battery's down, you plug this in. On our website, we cover more than 200 cell phone models for the little adapter.
That's so smart, because that's the issue. You might buy one of these and it doesn't have the proper adapter. How long do you have to wind that to get a charge?
Again, that's about 30 seconds to a minute will give you about 30 minutes of power, and you can keep it going. So it really allows you to stay in contact and really be informed as to what you need to do.
I'll tell you, having been in various disaster zones, I've found that a flashlight, a transistor radio, and water. If you have those things, I mean, the food, you can last a number of days without food, but water, light, a radio to get information,
that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And in further answer to your question about what did I learn about being in the state of evacuation, that the 3 days of food and water, which FEMA says is a bare minimum, I really understood that to be a bare minimum, because those 3 days, they seem to go forever. but you can consume things pretty rapidly that way.
Well, then the other thing, you think that your blood pressure is probably, your heart's beating fast, the adrenaline is up, you need your strength, and you need to be quick-witted, you need to be able to move quickly, so it is important to have your strength up. Would you add to this?
I would just, based on number of family members, what FEMA's saying now is the minimum should be 7 days, not 3.
Okay.
So basically our system is 3, so you just double up, and each family member should have that as well. And our backpack has a great compartment in here that allows you to put more products in here, plus any clothing items that you may find necessary that you want to take with you.
How heavy is it? I'm curious. It's actually not too bad. You get a little bit of a workout, but it's reasonable.
And it's designed so that these wings can be zipped off, and you can use them separately. So it's a very multifunctional, very flexible product.
How much does it cost?
This is $99 off our website, and it's also sold through a number of retailers in the United States, particularly our what we call our 6-in-1 emergency radios, personal safety device. Walmart, for example, has done a great job on selling.
And obviously people can go and buy each one of these individual items or something like it somewhere else, but what you're saying is what's nice about this, it's all together, you pick it up, you're set, as opposed to going and shopping and buying all these other items.
What we've done is people, it's not easy to put together, and we create a solution for the families that way. But and also retailers aren't going to stock devices that are only going to be purchased in the event of a catastrophe. They're not going to dedicate shelf space. So we try to create an element of fun and daily utility into our products that make them something you would want around your house anyway, particularly the flashlights, for example, that don't go dead.
Nick, we thank you for being here, and we're so glad that your family is safe and well, and wish you luck. All right, take care of yourself.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick.
More information on Life Gear products, of course, KTLA.com.
Yeah.
Sign us up.
All right, thanks, Nick.